All right, everybody. My name is Jamil Thomas. I got 60th place today at Philadelphia's regional for Yu-Gi-Oh! It was about 570 people, I believe, or 575. I can't remember the match, but I remember it was like over 550, 570. Today, I was playing branded Despia. I went 6-3. So I'm running a 46 card deck, and we're going to get into the profile real quick. So the beginning part's pretty standard. It's going down. We have 3 Fallen Valbas, 3 Aluber. These are just the normal. I did see a lot of Aluber, more than I wanted to see sometimes, but Aluber resolves, then you start cooking with the branded fusion card. Two Quem, 2 Cartesia. So double Quem is definitely something that I'm thinking should be the norm now. I know Quem is an expensive card, but it definitely is great into the grind game. It definitely helped me resolve Mirror Jade 3 times in 1 turn. It is wild. This is definitely something that's got to be a staple with the deck. 2 Quems got to be the way to go. Cartesia is definitely good as well. I did send Cartesia more often than I wanted to because for some reason people just kept trying to banish my Bisio Package. It is what it is, but hey, it went off, it was good. Bisio Package. Bisio Package and Bisio Serenir. I will tell you right now, I only pitched it 1 time. Never got the resolved Bisio Package. I really played barely any branded loss today. It was wild. But I did side these out going game 2 every time going second. I really didn't get to use this, so it's nice to have been able to side it out for some better engine that I can use. Next we have the one-offs. We have Albion, Mercurier. This kicked butt today, bro. Negating monster effects, whether it's in your hand or on the field, people for some reason just don't read and realize. But it is what it is. This card helped me out a lot. Despian Tragedy. And of course, the Gimmick Puppet Nightmare. I will tell you right now, I only resolved this 1 time. 1 time today. Out of 9 rounds. 1 time. Didn't really need it. I lost all my die rolls, I think except for 1 game. So I really didn't need it. I was more like breaking boards. Dogmatica Maximus. It's part of the Nadir package. You'll see that later. I'm definitely playing Nadir. I will say, I also only resolved this 1 time. Otherwise, I just kept pitching it because I couldn't get myself into a state that I can use this effectively. Ad Libidum of Despia. This bad boy carried a lot of my games. This was useful in getting my Mirror Jade resolved that 3rd time. You set that branded in red, you activate it, grabbing the Ad Libidum, fuse your Ad Libidum off with your Mirror Jade, and another monster on the field, make Guardian Chimera. On resolution, you chain block, you do Ad Libidum Chain Link 1, Guardian Chimera Chain Link 2. You revive your Mirror Jade. It's back live. It was amazing. This card right here, it's got to be a staple in everyone's branded deck. If you're not running 2 Quem, you can only afford 1, you better do 1 Quem, 1 Ad Lib, because this bad boy right here, this did some work. We're going to get to the spells now. We got the triple branded fusion. Got that ulti rarity and a different language. We just got to be degenerate with this. Branded fusion I resolved every time today. No Ash Blossoms. It was wild. God was on my side. 3 branded opening, of course. Got to run that. This card also carried a lot of the Snake Eyes matches. I kept sending this card to the graveyard so I can pitch it in lieu of destruction for my fusion monsters. This card did good. It also got a couple judge rulings because people don't seem to understand that this is a substitution into instead of the destruction of the card. And a lot of other card effects require the destruction for the rest of its effect to go off. So a lot of judge calls on this, but it worked. They always ruled in my favor. This card carried through. Of course, we have Branded Lost. I didn't get to use it that often. I wish I did. I just never did. And Branded in Red. This is definitely part of that ad libitum, dude. That ad libitum and Branded in Red. This chef's kiss. Love this thing. Of course, we have Branded Deployment. I know this is Fusion Deployment. It is Branded Deployment. You get yourself a Cartesia and Albez out there, you're good to go. Save that special summon right there. The Nadir package. I used this a couple times. I found myself going into Quem more. You know, send Garua so I can get that extra card draw, but I definitely went into guiding Quem a lot more than I went into Maximus. I was a little scared to get them to be able to draw one, as well as them possibly sending Entis and popping a card on the field. Yeah, I have that Branded opening for protection, but getting Quem definitely helped. This is pretty much just another Branded opening, and sets myself up for Revivals of Mara Jade. Let's get these together. Droplet, Super Poly. I will tell you what, this did really good. So, you know, there was a couple times where normal summon Leluber, Chainlink, normal summon Leluber, activate effect Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Branded Opening, Chainlink 3, Forbidden Droplet, sending the Branded Opening and the Aluber, Chainlink 4, Super Poly. I have broken their board, negated their Baron de Fleur on that field, or their Flamberge, or their Princess. I have Super Poly'd them away and went to town with a resolved Branded Fusion. It is wild. Dude, these 6 cards right here, I think Branded does better with a board breaking presence versus the hand traps. Because at this point, you don't care that they set up their board. You're stopping them. We have our Called by the Grave. I didn't see this today. I also didn't need it because I didn't get ashed on the Branded Fusion. I think like maybe one time I got ashed, but it didn't bother me because I was like, all right, cool. I'm just going for game anyway. Foolish Burial. This card did come in handy a couple times. I pitched Despia Tragedy with it. Got myself the ad lib in hand, or I would get the Quem in hand. This definitely helped out a lot. Triple Tactics Thrust, and a Talent, and a Duplication. I will tell you right now, I went for Thrust, didn't go for Talent. Never pulled it. Never needed to. I either got myself my Branded Fusion, I got myself our Fusion Duplication, or I got me a card out of the side deck, which we'll go over soon. But I didn't need Talent. I never needed to worry about Talent. It's nice to have just in case you want that 2-card draw, but not needed. Fusion Duplication. This card also did really good. One of the matches I went against, what was that matchup? Oh, so I was going against Salamangreat. And it was weird. I never went against that deck before, but I bricked. I I set Albaz, set Fusion Duplication, set Super Polymerization. Got the Super Poly off, made my Mara Jade. Dude was comboing off. Out of nowhere, he gets to a board where it was 2 fires. And he was about to go into battle. In battle phase, activate Fusion Duplication, Super Poly his monsters away, continued on with the game. This card, copying Super Poly is wild. This card did really fucking good. Last but not least, Branded Retribution. this card right here, making sure I was able to get my Branded Fusion back in my hand. I actually used it a lot of the time to get my Branded in Red back, because I'll use Branded in Red on my turn, be able to get it back, and then set my Branded in Red. Bam. Resolve it on their turn with the ad libitum. Again, we're recycling Mirror Jades here. That's what we do. Reduce, reuse, recycle. We'll go to the extra deck. I feel like it's pretty standard. We have our 2 Albion, Lubellion, Rinbrum, Titaniclad. 2 Mirror Jades necessary, absolutely. And Albion the Sanctifier Dragon. I will tell you, once you see my side deck, you're going to realize what I did, but I would side this bad boy out. I wasn't gimmick pupping people. I just couldn't get it resolved. Did not gimmick puppet anybody. So I kept siding it out, because when you see what I put in the side deck, you'd be like, that makes sense. Grand Guignol. Love this card. Go ahead and nib me. Nibiru is just an extender for Branded. Love this card. Despia Queritus. Used this a couple times so I can drop their attacks down to 0. This saved me a couple times. Loved it. Despia and Lulu with Lilith. Love this card as well. So people seem to be confused on this card for some reason. I don't understand. It seems to me it's very simple. It's a trigger effect. It's once per turn. They seem to not understand the fact that this isn't a quick effect. So I had a couple judge calls for this card where they were trying to say that I couldn't use it on their turn. No, I can use it on their turn. I got ruled for the judge. Judge said, yeah, you can use it. This helped me out, negate their card, boost my monsters by 500. Coolio, we're good. Guardian Chimera, Draco Stapelia, and my Super Poly package for Garua and Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Pretty basic Branded extra deck. Definitely carried a lot of the games, doing pretty good at this with this deck. Loved it. We're going to go over the side deck now. Three nib. Snake Eyes hates to see it. I love to see it. Then we have the back row hate. My 3/2/1s. 3 Cosmic Cyclones. 2 Lightning Storms. 1 Harpy Feathers Duster. I will say, the 3 losses I had were Runic Stun. And I side these in. Never saw it. Hated it. The fact that I never saw it. They got banished every time. Hate Runic Stun. Evenly Matched. Also a card that got banished. But now we have the goo. I call this the shifter package. Okay, we got 3D shifter, 1 Dark Magician, 1 Dragoon. So, people say Branded don't usually play under shifter. Usually it doesn't. But when you have Dragoon, shifter, and you're going against Snake Eyes, yeah, you shifted them on their turn. They can't set up a board. You can still set something up. You have the Bestials in there. So you use Saronir, banish your Deep Shifter out of the graveyard, summon the Saronir, Branded Fusion. You get to the point where you send Dark Magician and Fallen of Albaz. And now your opponent has to guess. Are you making Dragoon? Are you making Mara Jade? You may either or, it's going to help you out. So I definitely made this against every single Snake Eyes deck that I went against with the shifter, and I picked them apart, because by the time you end your turn, you have this Dragoon up. They can't do nothing. Go ahead, normal summon Snake Eyes Ash. I'm going to negate. You end your turn, pass over to me. You can't do anything. But this right here helped my Branded deck out a lot against the Snake Eyes. And against Voiceless Voice as well. Voiceless couldn't do anything with the shifter. So that's my deck profile right there, guys. I hope you enjoy. You guys go out there, keep putting Branded on top. And we'll keep winning.